This is really tough. You guys are brand new. You got out of that car, and I said, that's the guy.
Yeah, and I think when we met, you were like, what should we call it? I was like, Traverse Fitness.
I remember the first time coming into your Orange Theory class with Megan saying that she had this incredible instructor named Chris Peters and taking your first class, or taking my first class, and you putting me in a tutu.
That's right. It's a birthday tutu.
And fast forward a few weeks later to taking me and Megan up on a skinning trip. And I've always thought how interesting it would be if you jumped in that other car, right, we would have potentially never had that conversation on the trip up to Berthoud Pass, and spend a day. We would have spent the day together, but we wouldn't have had that trip down where we talked kind of and really hit it off on our morals and values and really what we thought the business, or at least the industry, was missing. And that, if that wouldn't have happened, that Traverse probably wouldn't have ever existed.
I just remember telling my wife, like, this guy wants to go into business with me, and I was like, there's like this big wall, and then like 2 days later, hey, we signed we signed a contract, we signed some papers together. It's like, what? Like, yeah, this guy's a man, I trust him. I think that was the biggest thing too, of like when you have experience with people like that, and like how authentic the conversation is, and then you have fun with someone, you get beers with someone, and you just kind of know. And it's like, I tell people all the time of like, yeah, Jim is literally the perfect business partner. Like, it's just, it wasn't even like a question of like, can I trust him? Does he really want to do this? And it's been easy ever since. Yeah, and I think when we met, you were like, what should we call it? I was like, Traverse Fitness. And, you know, telling the story about that of like the first time I did the Grand Traverse and kind of how my partner dropped out, I'm by myself. The race team is telling me you can't go on. I plead with them, can I go on? Verbally consenting that they weren't responsible for my safety because we were in last place. And I just remember sitting out there in the middle of this open mountainous range and like looking behind me and looking like ahead, and just like the name of the race, the Grand Traverse, and the name Traverse of what that meant to me in that moment. And I think when I shared with you, you were like, that's sweet, like, that's awesome.
I think what we do right, and when I say we, I say our entire Traverse team, not you and I do right, but is that we've brought on really incredible people, and we continue to bring on incredible people who are so selfless and take care of other people first. And that has naturally just built an incredible culture and community of people. And when we try to, you know, you spend every day, all day, just talking about the business and trying to, you know, how are we going to grow and how are we going to continue to evolve? We've just focused on the member experience so much, and just making people feel great when they walk in the front door, and making sure they feel great during a workout and after a workout and at our events, and feel welcomed and taken care of. And the business is just taking care of itself from then.
Totally.
And, you know, and that starts with, I think, who you and I are as people, is we really want to take care of other people before our needs. But that lights us up, right? And it makes us feel good, and people have jumped on the journey and the train with us.
I think our approach was just sharing what we're doing nonstop. Like, I just remember I would get done coaching and I would just edit, post, and it was just like trying. And I think the thing that you hit on is like, I was just trying to showcase what people were doing, and I think people were just seeing this new little gym, and this guy Chris and this guy Jim, Traverse, what's that? And I think that created such a word of mouth amongst people in Denver, where people were just like, it was slowly becoming like the thing people were talking about.
The lesson learned through that fire was so instrumental, of just hard work and figuring it out, and what needs, you know, getting things done on what needs to get done that moment was such an instrumental part of knowing that we could do anything, right? And if we set our minds to things, we can get things done. And So what turned out to be just an incredibly hard experience was one of probably the most important pieces, I think, of our last 6 years.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful and grateful for that experience.
Yeah, my
Oh, here it comes.
damn.
I'm curious what this is.
Yeah, my make or break moment is when I damn. So I had to tell you I had to take a leave of absence. I was like so scared to tell you. I was like terrified. I just didn't want to let you down. I didn't want to let people down. And remember the first thing you said was like, you just gave me a hug, said you were proud of me. Because I just had a lot of stuff that I had to deal with, and you were just super supportive. Come to my house, check in, and then staff was super supportive. The members were super supportive. I think that was the thing too of like us with like the community of people, just kind of really realizing, because I wasn't sure in that moment if I was going to come back, and yeah, I think just saw the power of like your love for me, how much people here love me, and just everyone just kept telling me how proud they were of me for realizing I needed to do some things, and yeah, and I was able to come back, still working on stuff, but we all are. But yeah, that was my big moment. So
Yeah.
I love you for that.
Love you, dude.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool when you see people here who met here, are now married, and now have kids. It's like, and I think that to me is like some of the biggest wins of this gym is like, yeah, people like get fit, but like actually getting to see people's lives like be impacted on like a bigger level. Like, oh, like you met your spouse here, and now you have a family, and even seeing our families grow of like, dude, I feel like JT and them are just babies, and now they're massive. It's like, and I'll never forget your encouragement to me of like, hey, I know you want to have kids, but I recommend you just wait. And I was like, okay, and then like so glad I did because that changed. I mean, I think just seeing families like that, like our families, and that's been like the highlight reel for me of like just seeing how this goes beyond the workout.
And now to see almost all of them still as members of this club, and like you said, whether they're married, whether they have kids now, and they've been on this journey with us for 6 years, and is really incredible.
Yeah. Huge. Cool.